here I am in my studio, and I wanted to show you guys how I would finish a painting. I am in the last stages of this painting. It's due in a show today, so it needs to be done. I think it is. And what I would do at this stage is I'm going to check it over for kind of the values, the lights and the darks, where the colors are in comparison to each other. So I'm kind of bothered by this area right over here. There's a lot of good things going around with it, but there's some dead space in there. I want to lighten it up a little bit, but I've got to be careful. So what I'm going to do, I should probably clean my fingers. This is horrible. Don't look. I'm going to clean my fingers because I've been kind of dabbing before. And I'm going to just get some yellow, this goldenrod yellow. I went on a bike ride today, and all the goldenrod is out, and it's just beautiful. So that's what it's reminding me of right now. So I've kind of got like a goldenrod-y white. I wish it was a little bit not as opaque. So I'm going to do a very light touch with it, and I'm just going to go and kind of lighten some areas up. This is hard to do while I'm looking through camera. So just give it, I don't know, a little bit lightening up here. I want to give it a little bit more yellow. So I'm going to just dab my finger on this to get some of that off. You know what? Maybe I should do this with a brush. Okay, we're going to do a brush. Quick switch. Okay. That. Dab it off. Dab. On here. Oh, it's turning green. Okay, maybe new brush. And get a little bit more yellow. Oh, I got some red on that. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna just get it over here. That's kind of nice. Just kind of add that just a little bit to that. I'm gonna go backwards a little bit. Okay, that helped. Now it's a little too yellow though. So it's like this dance back and forth. I have a little bit of this coppery color over here. I'm gonna put some on my brush and just add a little bit of that to this to make it not so yellow. Get in there. Okay, I'm back. I took a picture of it. There are a couple little things that I still had to do, and I just did them. You probably wouldn't even know what they were. Just tiny little things. And at this point, I'm going to declare it done, and I'm going to sign it. So I have a tiny little brush. I have a favorite brush that I use, but I can't find it. So I'm going to use this one, which is very close to it. I'm going to get a little bit of this purpley blue. I'll test it out here. A little bit of water. I want the right consistency. I've kind of chosen a good spot. I'm going to sign it right here. And my signature I always use. This is going to be difficult. I'm going to try to hold it steady and just look at the camera, but look at what I'm doing here. Sorry, I'm getting it a little bit more. Okay. So just hold it steady. And I always sign my pieces. Oh gosh. D. Petrel. And the reason I don't say Dawn is I have a secret about that. Not a secret. Here's the reason. Some people know who I am, some people don't, and I just put my first initial because if somebody is looking at my work, doesn't know me, I don't want them to know right away if I'm male or female. I want them to look at it, the painting, for what it is. If they know, that's fine. But if they don't know, then I can keep them guessing for a while. So yeah, that's my secret for why I do it that way. All right, it's signed. It's not the most beautiful signature, but it's hard to do over all that texture. So, and I need to let this dry. Then what I do is I seal it. I'll show you what I seal it with. I seal it with this Liquitex Gloss Medium and Varnish, and I give it a good coat. Sometimes I even give it 2 coats because I want people to be able to touch the paintings and not feel like they can't, because I don't know, there's something tactile about it. So anyway, then I give it a coat or 2 of that varnish and let that dry really well. And I'm actually going to frame this one. I have a frame that'll fit it, and I'll frame that one, and I'll show you the other one. I have this one that I just completed yesterday that I'll also be putting in the show, and this one's called Down by the Bay because it has like a kind of a water feel to it. It has some netting in it, which is actually from avocados, but you know, kind of looks like fisherman's net. My daughter thinks that this up here, which is like this corrugated cardboard, but she thinks that looks like a dock, which is great. And she thinks that these are fish. So I'm like, sure, we'll go with that. So this one I'm not going to frame. I'm just going to have it, it's called gallery wrapped, where it's just out of its frame on the canvas board. So, but I'll need to put a backing on that as well. So yeah, those 2 are going to be ready to go. Anyway, I wanted to let you know how I go about finishing a piece and what my thought process was, and I'm sure it's different for everyone, but that's the way I do it. So thanks a lot. Thanks for listening.